Unit 4, Lesson 6 deals with graphing with x and y intercepts. Yesterday in the video you learned how to find x and y intercepts. So today we're just taking it to the next step here. Alright, remember x-intercepts are points that have an x value, and the y value will be 0. Alright, it's where the line crosses the x-axis. That's why it's called the x-intercept. Alright, the y-intercept is a point that has a y value, and x is going to be 0, and that's where our line will cross the y-axis. Okay, so example 1, we're asked to graph the following linear equation. Okay, right now we could solve for y and make a table. However, when we're in this form, this is known as standard form. Okay, when we're in this form where x and y are on the same side, what we want to do is find the intercepts. It's going to be a lot easier. So yesterday we saw that when I want to find the x-intercept, I'm going to take the y and make it 0. Okay, so what we would end up with is 0 times negative 2, which is 0, and so I would have x equals negative 8. And that's a specific point, negative 8, comma 0. Then we would find the y-intercept, where we would make x 0, okay, and in doing that, we would then have negative 2y equal to negative 8. We would divide by negative 2, because we need y by itself, and we'll get positive 4. And that is a point, as we learned yesterday, 0, 4. So now, like I said, what we're going to do is take this one step further, and we're going to go ahead and create a graph now. Okay, so what we're going to do is plot our 2 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is the point negative 8, 0, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is the point 0, 4. Keep in mind, this is called the x-intercept because it is on the x-axis. Okay, so your x-intercept needs to go on the x-axis, which goes left and right. Your y-intercept is on the y-axis. So it needs to go on the vertical one, the one going up and down. Okay? Like we said before, you need to make sure you have a straight ruler or a straight edge of some sort to create line. Alright? You go through your 2 points all the way through your graph. Okay? And then we're going to add arrows on the end in a second. First I'm going to make sure I extend my graph all the way. And there is my line. Okay? Let's take a look at example 1b. Once again, when I find my x-intercept, what I'm doing is I'm letting this piece be 0, the y. We don't want that. So what I have is negative 4x equal to 12. Okay, let me erase that really quick. Alright. Now I'm going to solve, because I need x by itself. So I get x is equal to negative 3. And that will give me an ordered pair, negative 3, comma 0. Which, if I go ahead and graph that right now, 1, 2, 3 is on the x-axis right there. The y-intercept, we're going to make this piece 0, so that I have 2y equals 12. Now notice I didn't worry about the positive, alright, but it's a big deal when this sign is negative, that we remember that sign. Okay, it's still there when we write the positive, we just don't have to write a positive sign. Alright, divide by 2, we get 6. That's the point 0, comma 6. So don't go left or right at all. Go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's the point 0, 6. Once again, create our line. Alright, go make sure you're going through both points and all the way through your graph. A little bit off my screen there. Scroll down a little bit. There we go. And there is my line. I'm going to leave example C for tomorrow. Alright, we're going to go ahead and skip down here. I want to do example D next. Okay, a lot of times people see these fractions and they get worried. Alright, we've seen this throughout the year. Alright, where you get a problem that has a fraction in it and you think it's more challenging. Okay, nothing's going to change here. Alright, so if I want to find the x, that means the y piece is 0. So what I have left is x over 3 equal to negative 1. So x is being divided by 3. The opposite of division is multiplication. So I would multiply both sides by 3. And I would get x equal to negative 3. Again, that's a point. Negative 3, 0, which is right here on the x-axis. It's an x-intercept. Okay, now let me erase that and go to my y-intercept now. So my y-intercept is going to make that p0. Notice the negative sign. That's a big deal. Negative y over 2 equals negative 1. And then again, we're dividing by 2, and remember that 2 is negative. So the opposite would be to multiply by negative 2. Whatever I do to one side, I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other. All right, and we're going to end up with y equal to positive 2. So I have a point 0, 2, which is right here on the y-axis because it's a y-intercept. All right, we have the 2 points. That's all we get when we talk about graphing with intercepts. So we're going to make our graph go all the way through. Okay, remember you should be using some sort of straight edge to do this. All right, that way if you ask questions such as, is the point, I don't know, 2, 5 on the graph, we can go over 1, 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and see that it's not on the graph. All right, if you're not making straight lines, all right, there's going to be spots where it's going to be hard to tell. So we want to try to be as accurate as possible when we create our lines. All right, and that's actually it here. We're only doing 3 examples. All right, the other 3 will be left for in class. All right, so please don't do them ahead of time. Save example C and E and F for class tomorrow. All right.